Hey everybody, Zach Butler YGO here with my Pristine Protection sleeve review. They were kind enough to send me 4 packs of their sleeves. I got a pack of the white Japanese sized, black Japanese sized, clear oversleeves, and their matte oversleeves. And I've used the matte oversleeves and the white Japanese sized sleeves extensively for the last few tournaments I've been playing in. And they're pretty great, actually. One of the first things that I always look for is the quality of the picture that you can see in there. I am a big fan of like the matte sleeves on the front, but I do also like being able to see, you know, all of the nice card arts and rarities. This is an example. It doesn't really like obscure the awesome swirl on the Sprite Blue, which is pretty awesome. And another thing that everybody always looks for is the shuffle. How do they shuffle? Well, this is after 3 tournaments of playing with them, and I also just shuffle cards all the time when I'm at my house and I'm just hanging out. So they shuffle really well. It's nice and smooth. One of the nice things I always look for too is if the corners will catch. And I don't know if I can get that in the focus very well, but the corners haven't really been catching at all, which is pretty awesome. And as you can see, they shuffle really smoothly. This is after a few tournaments. And that's always good. And then you always got the slide that everybody knows and loves, you know, the classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Player graveyard slide. You can do that on a rubber mat, you can do it on a cloth mat, you could even do it on the table. I've done it on the table a few times with these too, which is really great. These have been fantastic, and if you are a longtime follower of mine or you know me, you know I always actually double sleeve my cards in inner sleeves, and one of the cool things about these sleeves is that they don't have the air bubble issues I had with Dragon Shield sleeves where they get really puffy. These don't have them so far, which is pretty nice. Once you put them in the double sleeve, they're fine, which is pretty great. So I definitely give the white sleeves like a solid, like, I can't give anything a 10 out of 10. That's just not like a thing. So I'd give it like a solid 8.5, 9 out of 10, which is pretty solid considering I'm a bit of a sleeve snob. So these definitely get my seal of approval. The other one I've been very curious about is oversleeves. With the 2020 rule revision, Konami allowed us to finally start double sleeving our cards. And that's awesome because these awesome character sleeves that we all like to know and use with, like, you know, the cool anime arts, or maybe you have World Championship sleeves, or maybe sleeves from a different game, or even like OCG sleeves and stuff like that. These tend to be pretty expensive, and, you know, getting them dinged up over time sucks. You know, these sleeves will peel on the corners and the sides, so getting to double sleeve them is pretty great. But one of the issues we've run into is finding good outer sleeves. Ultra Pro has some great Japanese size outer sleeves that I've been a big fan of. Dragon Shield makes their Japanese size outer sleeves. The problem I have with the Dragon Shield ones, let me see if I can get this in there to show you, is they tend to be pretty tight. They had 2 runs. One was a little more loose, but they're still pretty tight, and they also tend to puff up and almost warp your sleeve. You can see that little bubbling there, maybe on the camera. Not a big fan of that, so I'm always hesitant to use the Dragon Shield ones. However, the Pristine Protection sleeves, these are the matte over sleeves, don't have that issue at all. They fit the sleeve fantastically, have a little bit of extra room there on the bottom or the top, you know, if you sleeve upside down, which is pretty great. And you can see there's no real air bubble once I push that out like that, and we're good to go. And those are pretty great. They don't split. They also, if you want to double sleeve just like that, these also shuffle incredibly well. The corners don't catch at all, which is pretty great. And as you can see, even though it's just an extra deck, I can shuffle these like no problem, which is awesome. They shuffle just like regular sleeves. So I give those definitely, I'd probably say these are like a 9 out of 10. These are fantastic. And one of the cool things I like about these, actually, it's a little detail, is the packaging. I'm a big fan of packaging like this. Like, I don't like the boxes that sleeves sometimes come in. I know Dragon Shield is really the only one that does the boxes, but I really like having the minimalistic packaging, and then of course they have like the inner pack as well. So what I do when I'm saving up, or when I'm like storing a ton of sleeves, is I'll pull them all out of these packages and I'll put them like in a tin or something. So having that is pretty great. Definitely make sure to check them out below in the description. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. You know, and if you have any suggestions for other products I should try in the future, let me know as well. And I just want to give a giant thanks to Pristine Protection again. It was fantastic of them to donate these sleeves for me just to try and show them to everybody, because these are honestly some of the best sleeves I've used in ages. Until next time, have a wonderful day.